Hey, good Friday morning, my friends. MLive Chief Meteorologist Mark Torregrossa here. Thanks for joining me on the MLive Morning Weather Update. Hit the share button if you could, please. And if you're not always getting notifications, remember to subscribe, no cost. Subscribe to the MLive YouTube channel, because after the Facebook Live, we upload it to YouTube, so you can always find it there. And we have a lot less on our YouTube channel than we do on our Facebook page, so it's a little quicker there for you. All right, I teased you a little bit. 60 degrees for some for one day. That's about Monday or so. So let's get on into it and see what's going on here. We're searching for some sunshine, right? Well, a few of you, just a few of you have it this morning. Let's say the southern third of the state has some sunshine. Well, Tom Ramsey just alluded to that. Sunny Freeport. Kendall Bailey, is there a possible snowstorm next week? I saw in your post. We'll look at that. Yes, quote-unquote snowstorm, 4 inches or more in the snow belt. So southern Michigan, no. Northern third of lower Michigan, perhaps, and the UP even higher, perhaps. But right now, the sunshine, there you just saw the update as we get more sun on top of the clouds. See it a little bit better. There's some sun up into the central part of the state, southwest lower, Lansing, Frankenmuth, gray right now. Okay, so I just closed out what I wanted to show you. Bear with me just a second here. And we'll show you that we get through the weekend pretty dry, and then we go back to the storminess next week. All right, so here we are. On the fly, I call it. So, tomorrow, dry day. Today, shower in the north and the west side of the state, a couple of hundredths. Hey, good morning, Vesterberg and Thomas Smolka. Sandy Murray, thanks for watching. And Belinda Durfee also. Okay, Sunday, November 5th. Dry, lower Michigan, rain starting the UP. Monday morning, in the warm sector in the southeast part of the state, the rain comes across during the afternoon and evening across lower. There's a snow shield, and that's pretty close. And you know what? That kind of snow shield right there in southern Canada is actually a real snowstorm. That's what it looks like, and in a month or two, that storm track will have shifted south to Indiana and Ohio likely, and will be in some of those. So we're seeing the progression, obviously, of the storms starting to track farther and farther south as we head toward winter. So this is early next week, Tuesday, dry, and this is a pattern where we're not going to stay dry for long because the storm systems are lined up. And so here we are already by Wednesday afternoon, and we're back into the rainfall. And when you end the rain on Monday and start it back on Wednesday, guess what you get for sunshine? Not much whatsoever. So this is into Thursday, still showery. And then the cooler air starts to collapse down in. And by next weekend, we're lake effect showery and maybe heading towards snow. So no, there is no big snowstorm in the offing at the moment. All right, so temperatures. I told you some places near 60, so let's look at when that is. Now, I do want to say that at this time of the year, Michigan, from the southern border to the northwest part of the UP, has a big temperature gradient. Southern 2-3 rows of counties, up to I-94-ish, or a little bit north of that, you could be pretty comfortable in the 50s, maybe near 60. And that will be the case on Monday. While the northwest part of the Upper Peninsula could be in flat-out snowstorm winter type weather. So a big gradient, and where a lot of people are going, northern Michigan, Traverse City area, getting very crowded. You tend to be more toward the wintry side than the summery side and stuck in the 40s. And that is, again, the case coming up. So now we're going to look at the high temperature forecast over the next 10 days. And you'll see what I'm talking about. It's Friday, isn't it? Yes, okay, high temperature forecast. So today, for example, Detroit, 56, 58, Ann Arbor, same. Flint, Saginaw, low 50s. Grand Rapids, low 50s. Traverse City, 50, that might be optimistic. Probably more like upper 40s, and the UP in the 40s. Saturday, mid 50s, southern third, then low 50s, northern third, probably looking at 45-ish or so. Sunday, low 50s. Monday, near 60, if not low 60s in the southeast in Ann Arbor and Saline. And hey, Patty Mulketon is in Aruba right now watching. Yeah, you've got some more sunshine, I guarantee you, than we do have here. So this is Monday. Upper 50s, maybe all the way into northern lower Michigan thanks to a south wind. Tuesday, back down into the 40s in a lot of places. Next Wednesday in the 40s, next Thursday in the 40s, next Friday in the 40s, which isn't too far from normal at that point. Saturday, low 40s, 30s in the north, as that colder air is anticipated to maybe start to come in. Still nothing really bizarre looking as far as temperatures go. So let's look at the extended term. So what we have here is rain systems coming in on Monday, and then again Wednesday, Thursday or so of next week. So we're going to stay fairly cloudy. Nothing really extreme as far as cold temperatures. This is what the upper level flow will show us. So let's take a look at that right now. And this is this is an average. Remember, this is the deep meteorology. This is what we call an ensemble mode of the models. And that means that the European model is a good model. It has its deterministic output. That is the single best solution they've found over time, and run that model with the starting conditions of that, and here's what it says. But it's not always good, especially out into the future. So then they also run what they call an ensemble mode, where they take 50 different starting points and run those and average them all together. And we find that, that gives us a good idea. I can't win, folks. I guess I got too many tabs open here. Let me get back to it here for you in a second. Okay. Let's see. All right, here we go. Okay, so when you see the blue and the green, that means the atmosphere is compressed and cold. When you see the oranges, that means the atmosphere is expanded and a little bit warmer. But you'll notice we get a little cold, we get a little warm, but nothing really extreme, so that keeps us kind of normal. Now this is next Monday and Tuesday. That bend in the jet stream is a upper level storm system. It brings the heights compressed a little bit, but it won't be extremely cold. And look, it moves right off. A ridge tries to nose in, and then as we get to Thursday of next week, another bend in the jet stream, a little cooler aloft. That's a storm system. And then as we go toward the end of next weekend, November 13th, we start to see a little bit more of an expanded, warmer atmosphere, not anything crazy. This keeps you at least normal, maybe a few degrees warmer than normal here at the ground. Now we're out to Friday the 17th, and what this model has shown is that we don't have any extreme cold heading this way. I wouldn't say we actually have any extreme heat for this time of the year heading this way either. So I think you better expect a lot of 40s and 50s, a lot of clouds, and probably, you know, the storm system's kind of catching up to each other and then having a tough time moving out. So it's a little bit more of a, you know, I don't want to call it a wet pattern, but a little more of a damp, cloudy pattern than it is a warm, sunny pattern on the way. And that's pretty typical for the month of November. So there you have it. We do have some pretty nice weather over the weekend. It's fairly dry and fairly warm before our next rain heads into most of lower Michigan on Monday. So get out and get those leaves picked up this weekend before they get wet and compacted down, and you can't do it until March, which is a hard task, right? Hey, thanks for joining me on the MLive Morning Weather Update. I'm MLive Chief Meteorologist Mark Torregrossa. Have yourselves a great Friday. Bye.